Hey, it's a local spotlight show here at WJBM Studios in Jerseyville, Illinois, the voice of the Tri-Counties. I'm Chris Lorton. I'm your host again today. And with me, I have a couple lads that kind of wandered into the studio, and they wanted to know if I needed to haul anything. I'm like, haul anything? Now, they're with U-Haul. I got Mike Ostrander and Wiley Hefner from AC Remodel. Mike is with U-Haul. And now, Wiley, now you're doing U-Haul at your place,
Chris,
south of town.
It seems like I'm into everything these days.
Yeah.
But since we already had the rental, we decided that U-Haul would be a good fit. People were coming to rent trailers all the time. And
they were?
Yeah, and we just couldn't service all the needs for that. And then Mike approached me about having U-Haul as an option. And I guess another location was closing, and an opportunity became available, and yeah, we jumped on it. We did have to expand our store hours to make it to where before we were not open on Saturdays. But
you're making Rebecca come in more?
Yeah.
Or are you coming in?
Well, Rebecca and the dogs. If you ever been there, you know that the dogs are there too, so they enjoy it. But yeah, so we have a couple of employees that take up the time that we can't. So on Saturday mornings, sometimes we're not available. But yeah, so it's been good because our showroom is open now with our kitchens and baths and decks, and you can look at the showroom options now that until noon on Saturdays.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And from what I understand, we were talking before we started this interview. You're really busy. You got you're doing a lot of kitchens, baths, and decks.
Yeah, it seems like it's spring. Obviously every year once the weather starts breaking, people go outside and realize they need a new deck, and
they come inside and they realize they need a new kitchen.
Yeah, that's
yeah. Now my wife, she's always wanting something new all the time,
right?
And
so we've got several on the books, and it's good. The pricing of materials have kind of stayed constant over the last year or 2 years. They've after COVID, they've kind of hit a plateau now, I would say, almost.
So they're not going up.
They're not fluctuating as much as they had, and I think it's kind of
a little easier,
yeah. And I think people are now just realizing that they need to start doing some of these projects that they've been putting off. So it's been busy, and I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Sure.
Now you grew up here in Jerseyville. Did Rebecca grow up in Jerseyville too?
Yeah, so she did grow up in Otterville. She went to school at Mississippi Valley,
Jersey County.
Yeah, in Jersey County, and she graduated from there. And so she wasn't here in Jerseyville School District, but we're from here in the county.
And Mike Ostrander, now. Where'd you grow up at, Mike?
I'm born and raised in Mississippi, a little town called Water Valley.
Yeah. So I see you lost your accent along the way.
I did. I've been here for a while. I've moved up here in 2000, so.
Did people say whenever you first came here, they say, "What's up? Where are you from, Sam?"
Yeah.
Did they do that? And you got tired of that?
I was a junior when I moved up here, and they wouldn't even learn my name, Michael. They just called me Mississippi.
He called you. That's cute. Yeah, Mississippi. Anybody still call you Mississippi? See you, some of your old buddies.
No, now they all call me U-Haul Mike.
U-Haul Mike.
That's how he's in my contacts on my phone as well.
Yeah, I asked Wiley what your last name was. He goes, "I don't know. I just call him U-Haul Mike."
Yes.
From Mississippi.
Right.
But you went to Jerseyville. You came here when you were how old?
I was 18 when I moved up here and graduated from Jerseyville High.
Yeah.
So I had enough credits to graduate, but I didn't have the required classes. So I went my full junior year and graduated early my senior year.
How long you been in U-Haul business?
Since 2005, so a little over 21 years now.
Wow. You know it inside and out and backwards, don't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, he does.
They like to change everything. So they like changes. So it's a constant learning program. But
And you basically assist, you'll keep the other U-Haul dealers in product, in trailers, and they're always moving them around.
yeah, so my title is I'm an area field manager. So I find independent operators that want to earn commissions by performing U-Haul rentals. So I find businesses and then I service the equipment. I'm like their support if they have any problems. I distribute.
Do you have classes on how to back a trailer up?
I have taught some dealers how to back up trailers before.
Well, what's the key? Because I've been backing trailers up for 30 years, but I'm still not very good at it.
I tell everybody not to look in the rearview mirror. Just use your side mirrors. It's just,
use the side mirrors.
Yeah, it just works way better.
The best for me is to turn around and look.
Yeah,
That doesn't work good in a
that
box
doesn't
trailer.
work. We got a big box trailer. You can't see it very well. Oh yeah. So okay, use the side mirrors.
yeah, that's what I do.
Okay. Well, if you do it, then it must be the way to do it. But you know what it is? It is. We were talking prior, and having a U-Haul dealer with a lot of with this new app here in Jerseyville is really convenient for everybody. Like if you need a truck for just the day, like a truck to haul something across town, what's it cost to do that?
I mean, you could get a truck as cheap as $19.95 plus some mileage.
Like a cargo van or something, like a cargo truck.
You get like a 10-foot box truck for $19.95
for $20.
For $20.
Yeah, and you got to pay some mileage to do it, right?
And if you got a truck you could pull a trailer with, you could get a trailer as cheap as $20 and no mileage at all.
Yeah, like you really don't even have to buy a trailer or a truck. You could just rent them. And I have a friend of mine that's in the furniture business, but he doesn't deliver, right? People got to come and pick it up. That'd be perfect for him.
It absolutely would be.
Like, hey, well, you need this? Go rent a trailer.
That's a good idea, Chris. I need to go give him a business card.
Yeah, right. Just get a truck for $20 and
You don't
load it yourself.
You ain't got to wait on a delivery date. You just go down and see Wiley and grab a truck and take your stuff home.
Sure. And in the app, even if we're closed or if it's a Sunday in the app, you can go in, reserve it, and get the key out of a lockbox that's on site. And the app will tell you the combination to the code. You pick up the truck, take some pictures on the app, drop it back off, and you really don't even have to talk to anybody. So that's what's really convenient about the app.
Hey, if you're just joining us, I have Wiley Hefner with HC Remodel and Mike Ostrander with U-Haul. Hey, but let's talk about this app. This app sounds pretty cool. Like I don't even have to call. I don't have to call anybody. I can just get on my phone, you download the app for free. Or do you charge for that?
No, it's a free app.
It's a free app.
Yeah, just a
I
customer
love
use
free
app.
apps. We got a free app too, the station. Just go to your iPhone, find WJBM, boom, plug it in, and it's free.
Nice.
And you
listen to the radio and all through it?
Yeah, you can listen to
Nice.
listen to radio, yeah. So with the free app, okay, just walk me through. What do I got to do if I want to rent a trailer?
So if you wanted to go rent a truck when Wiley's not at his location, you could just search for the app through the app store, or Wiley actually has a decal on his front door with a QR code that they can just scan that QR code and it automatically downloads the app for them. Once they do that, they'll create a U-Haul account, which is free, just like creating an email address. You just sign up yourself as a U-Haul customer. And after that, you can create a reservation, which it'll know exactly from where you're at from your GPS because you're utilizing the app.
Okay.
You can create a reservation. It'll show you the trucks available at his location, and then they can just rent the truck right from that app as well.
And I say, okay, I'm going to pick it up tomorrow at noon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how about the key?
So the keys, we have an equipment access tool set up outside the location. So there'll be lock boxes staged outside the location with truck keys already prepped in those boxes. So whether you have a reservation or not, we keep equipment prepped in these boxes for the people that all of a sudden need a truck and Wiley's closed. So we automatically keep keys set up ready to go at this location.
And for example, I'm renting a 15-foot cargo van.
Okay.
But that 20 looks pretty good.
Yeah,
What if I take off in it?
Well, you won't be able to do that.
Okay.
The app will rent you the particular truck and tell you which box that keys are in. But if you get there and you're like, man, that 15 is okay, but that 20 looks really nice.
Yeah.
The app will easily let you just modify your reservation to the 20 before you process it. And then when you process your rental, you're going to be provided those 20-foot keys.
Okay. There's a couple other things that you were talking about that are available, like if you get stuck or if you have issues.
Yeah, some extra services.
Some extra services.
Yes. When you rent a truck, we're going to offer you like a damage waiver. So, if you happen to clip that gas pump guard trying to put gas back in the truck,
Yeah.
and you damage the side of it, it's as cheap as $15 and you walk away. You don't have to pay your car insurance deductible. So there are some upgraded, like if you wanted to upgrade that to a upgraded damage waiver package, it would even cover other people's damages. If you were to accidentally hit somebody's building or rear end somebody's car, it would cover all those scenarios as well. Mm-hmm. Then we offer like a safe trip option. So these are for like kind of customer negligent items. If you lose the keys to your truck or you happen to run out of gas or, Lord forbid you back that truck in your yard and bury it in the mud, we don't necessarily cover those items because they're customer calls, but for as cheap as $7, they'll send a tow truck out there and pull you out of that mud if you take that safe trip ahead of time.
Okay. I'm looking at some of the stuff that you rent, like a toy hauler.
Yeah, that's a brand new trailer for us.
Yeah, what is a toy hauler?
So a lot of people like to move vehicles and toys. And U-Haul's always had a car trailer available. But that car trailer is for like mid-sized cars. Or people want to move their side-by-sides or those slingshot motorcycles with 3 wheels on it. This new toy hauler trailer we have now is a 16-foot trailer, and it actually has 3 ramps that pull out of the back to accommodate like a 3-wheel vehicles. So we're in Jerseyville, so people moving old tractors with the front 3rd wheel, they'd be able to load something like that on this trailer. Dually trucks, like 1-ton trucks, would never fit on our normal car trailers. And now this toy hauler is accommodating larger vehicles that we've never been able to assist customers moving.
Huh. Well, that's good to know. And you said something about, like, for example, if we're going out of town, we're moving somebody, or we're moving somebody, right?
Sure.
And you guys offer a free month storage.
Yeah.
What's the requirements for that to get a free month storage?
So U-Haul rents equipment locally, and we rent equipment one way. So anytime you move one way with U-Haul, whether it be a moving truck or a trailer, we offer that customer a free month of storage either here or at their receiving entity. So if someone moved away from this area, but they needed to store some stuff before they left, we could give them a month free of storage at either our Alton or our East Alton location. Or if they wanted a month of storage because they can't quite move into their new place on their moving to location, we'll offer them a free month of storage there as well.
That's pretty nice.
That's actually good for like 2 years after your move. So even if you didn't need to utilize it instantly, you could redeem that for up to 2 years.
All right. So if I'm gonna make a move to St. Louis, or St. Charles, all right. So if I'm moving, how do I know how big a truck to get? If I'm like moving my daughter or somebody like that.
Well, we utilize a really good customer service scheduling script. And during that script, we ask customers general questions. Where are you moving to? How many bedrooms are you moving? These help us determine what size truck the customer may need. A lot of customers don't know our truck sizes, nor have they ever really packed their home up in a truck.
Right.
So while my dealers are utilizing this customer service form, it kind of makes them the professionals, because even if my dealers haven't packed or loaded a truck, using this customer service form and asking these specific questions that we implement, it helps us be the professionals to advise you what would work for that move.
Yeah. I can remember moving Jenna and Katie, and I had Mike and George helping me, right? And I was in one truck, and they were in the truck with a trailer, was my trailer. And, they put it on the ball, right? But they didn't snap it down. And we're going, we're on 270. We're going, and all of a sudden, that thing comes off. I'm behind them. That thing comes off, and it's going back and forth. Luckily, the chains kept it
saved
on.
It.
And saved it. And they got it pulled over, and I'm like going, gosh, guys, I'm like, sorry, Dad.
Yeah.
But, stuff like that, you gotta remember that on that, whenever you're filling out that thing, don't forget to snap the ball down.
That's
snap
right.
it on the ball.
Does that Safe Trip insurance cover that?
That does not. Now, what we do though is every trailer that gets rented out from our locations, it's a requirement that we take a safety photo before it leaves. So we require a photo showing that coupler was secured to their ball with the license plate of their vehicle in the background.
I wish I'd have thought of that.
Showing that when it left our property, it was securely hooked up. So, and that's just a requirement for us. Not because we want to make sure that we're not at fault, but we want to make sure that it's leaving safely. Yeah. We want to make sure that you're hooked up safe before you take off.
Yeah. One thing I was thinking too is, packing. Whenever you're taking a house and you're moving it, if you're doing it yourself, what do you pack first? What do you recommend? How do you go about packing? Put the big stuff in first?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not personally a pack. I have packed some trucks in my life.
Well, come on, man. You're the U-Haul expert.
Yeah.
You got to know this stuff.
So when people want to do the packing, we actually sponsor a website called movinghelp.com.
Oh, there you go.
I can get you some professional guys that'll come out there. If you need them to actually box up the stuff in your house, clean your house, they'll pack your truck.
They'll clean your house?
They offer many services.
Yeah, I get Chris from experience. The best way to move heavy things is to get somebody else to do it.
Well,
so I think he's on the right track.
So are you kind of excited about taking over this U-Haul thing in Jerseyville?
Yeah, I am. I think not only is it going to be a good service, and we got a lot of prop real estate out there that was just waiting for something to take up the space, and we have 5 or 6 U-Hauls that the trucks, and we got 5 or 6 trailers that are constantly rotating in and out with customers, and so we're really excited about it, and we encourage people that rent to come in, see the showroom, see what other things that we have to offer, whether it's the residential side or maybe our equipment rental side, and maybe a customer needs a kitchen.
I was gonna say maybe a kitchen or a bath or a deck.
Just moved to town. You might need a kitchen. We have a kitchen designer that can come out and draw up your kitchen for you. So we're not quite a one-stop shop, but we're getting there.
How big an area do you suppose? Because you have a U-Haul in Alton, right? So if you live in Alton, you're going to go to Alton, unless maybe they don't have what you want, right? So you have some options there. They could say, oh, well, Wiley's got this one at his location, right?
Right.
But what do you see you encompassing as far as who's going to be your customers?
So I think geographically, if you go to Calhoun, there's not a U-Haul dealer in Calhoun, probably nobody that rents box trucks and trailers over there. North, Greene County, I'm not sure if I don't know if there's one in Carrollton either. If so, not that I know of, but
we used to have a long-term dealer in Brighton that is no longer there anymore either. So he's going to be drawing quite a few communities to Jerseyville to do business with him In the summertime is when U-Haul gets really busy. So some customers travel 30, 40 miles just to be able to get a truck in rural areas. So as far as Whitehall, there's nothing in that area. Those customers historically come down to Jerseyville to do business with U-Haul. Same thing goes for Calhoun. And now, again, we lost that Brighton dealer about a year ago. So now the Brighton community's kind of moving over this way to rent U-Hauls. So he'll be able to accommodate a few different communities.
If a customer has reserved it in enough time, if they want it today, we have what we have. But there's a lot of times where if they reserve it a week or 2 weeks out, we can try to make sure that we've got the truck there that they need at our location.
Mike guarantees that, right? Mike can get that done for you.
We got a couple trucks at his location that we will always guarantee. And then we've got a rotating fleet of one-way equipment. So if someone wants a one-way truck, I can almost guarantee you I can get you the truck in Jerseyville, like if you're moving one way. And if they're just moving in town in Jerseyville, sometimes we might have to accommodate that customer with a different size truck as requested to have what we have available in Jerseyville at that time.
Well, fellas, sounds like it's going to be a great addition to the community. Be a little bit cheaper, right? So you don't have to drive to Alton.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just a trip from here to Alton and back, just to rent your truck adds an extra $60 onto your bill.
Yeah, it's nice just
be able to rent right in your community.
Yeah,
save that extra hour and a half of travel time.
Mm-hmm. Anything you want to end on, Wiley?
Well, I don't know exactly what everybody uses the U-Haul trucks for. I know that I've opened the back of it and I've seen all kinds of debris in there, whether it's screws and plywood, and so there's tons of just different options that you might utilize the trucks for that you don't even realize. And we're here. Rebecca is at our office. If we don't answer right away, we'll give you a call back. And so you don't have to reserve it on the app that we talked about. You could definitely give us a call, and we'll reserve it over the phone and get you all set up.
Great. Well, Mike, Wiley, thanks so much for coming in. Very
Appreciate
interesting. Thanks
much.
much.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Take
Chris.
care.
Yes, sir.